Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
Peace, beauties. Welcome and welcome back to Here and There with Courtney. And of course, it's your girl, Courtney. So y'all, I am so excited. I finally have made some leadway with my hair. I've been talking about getting this hair done since, I want to say, the weekends, and I was anticipating doing an upload actually early this morning, but yesterday got the best of me. A lot happened, and here we are. So with that being said, I have actually started the installation, or not exactly the installation, but have started the process where I am able to install this hair. So as you can tell from the video, this is going to be me installing the individual illusion butterfly lock using the new crochet method. Okay, so let me just first talk about this method. All right, so I saw this method on YouTube about a week or two ago. I saw two different ways to actually create this look. One used rubber bands and the other used small braids connecting, and it's the same idea with the rubber bands. You just use the rubber band, connect it, use another rubber band, connected, and so forth and so on. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this look. This looks like it will cut my preparation time or my installation time in half. If it does, I'm sold. I'm here for this look. Let's give it a try. I personally have never ever in my entire life used rubber bands in my hair, so I was very leery, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a try. I'm just going to go ahead and let these rubber bands soak their behinds off in some oil. So I do have rubber bands here that are soaking in oil. This is actually what's left for me to complete what needs to be completed. I did want to share some of the process with you all, and I chose the interesting part. So from the videos that I've seen on YouTube, I've seen the braids connect and then do cornrows in the back. I've seen the rubber bands connect and then do cornrows in the back. I've seen rubber bands and then braids still in the middle. But I said to myself, you know what? Not everyone can braid. I actually know that some of my subscribers here on the channel do not braid. So I wanted to be able to share a way to actually create this look and this hairstyle, this crochet installation method with no braids whatsoever. So that's exactly what I attempted to do, and y'all are gonna laugh because it's a whole mess up under here, and I really don't know where to go from where I'm at, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to be as creative as possible, and I figured I would bring you all along for the journey, along for the ride, in figuring out how we might be able to do this crochet installation with no braids at all. No braiding, no plaiting, no twisting, no braiding, okay? So, are y'all ready to see what's under this bonnet? All right, I'm gonna take the bonnet off in just a second. Let me just share with you all some of what I have going on the table that I'm gonna be using. So if you don't know, this video is sponsored by Crochet Hair. I do have my hair from Crochet. There will be a link in the description box down below if you're interested in purchasing this hair. I did share a video on how I went about cleaning this hair. I clean all of my hair in the same exact fashion, whether it's a wig, whether it's human hair, whether it's synthetic hair, it all goes into the solution that I shared on the channel one video ago. There's a short version, there's an extended version. You decide which one you want to see and go ahead and check it out, okay? Also, when I don't do the entire immersion method with the hair, I do have a spray bottle that usually has the exact same ingredients, the eucalyptus oil, or sometimes I'll use tea tree oil or peppermint oil or lavender oil or any essential oil that is antiviral, antibacterial, or antifungal, okay? So that's how we got to the eucalyptus. I love the eucalyptus oil. It's actually my favorite one to use. So in this bottle, I do have some of the protective style leave-in conditioner that came in the bottle. However, I was running very low, so I went ahead and added some water along with some eucalyptus oil, as well as, did I add anything else? Oil, water, leave-in. I think that's pretty much everything that's in this bottle, okay? So I'm also going to use this to help detangle my hair because y'all are going to see what's going on. I also have some edge control. This edge control is Eden's coconut edge control. I don't have the lid on it. It looks a little bit messy inside, so I'm not going to show it to you from the inside, but this is what the outside looks like. Golden glazed, I'm sorry, it says control glazed edge gel. And then I also have me some jam extra holds. And so yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and get right on into this video. This is actually the lid to the edge control, and I also have some Nairobi setting lotion for the end and finishing look. I'm also, of course, gonna accessorize my hair. Y'all know I love to accessorize my hair on this channel, so y'all gonna see how I do that. So stay tuned if you are interested. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take this bonnet off. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Dun, 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 dun. So I feel like one of my favorite mukbangers, they have a little daughter, and this is usually how her hair looks. It's just, she's adorable. She's super, super cute. So let me just talk about this rubber band installation method and what I have going on here. It's really not tight, you all. It might look or appear to be a little tight, but it's really not. I'm just fine. So I decided to do rubber bands up, and then I also decided to do rubber bands up in the back as well. So my goal is to do completely braidless, no braids at all, but I don't know what to do with this. So let me just show you all what we have left going on. All of this has been crocheted for the most part. In the middle is where we have about 8 more rubber band situations that could and should happen, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that and connect these and make it all disappear and lay flat. Okay, but I did have a few rubber bands that I decided to take out right here, and I want to show you all why I decided to take those out and how you can go about creating this process, having less hassle and less stress than I did. So let me just clean up this part right here. All right, so we cleaned that up. And so what I'm gonna say is, if you have kinky hair, curly hair like mine's, you wanna go ahead and use some jam or edge control, whichever, on the actual braid, the actual, not braid, but the hair that is outside the rubber band. Why? Because from my first rubber band going into the second rubber band, going into the third rubber band, that first rubber band, the ends are gonna start to peek out. And so to prevent that, you're gonna need some sort of edge control or jam or something to just kind of give it a little bit of hold as you go ahead and connect the next square, right? Can't call it a braid because it's not a braid. And then how I typically did this was I pulled it all the way to the end before deciding to actually add the rubber band. Why? Because you want to still give the illusion of the box braid. So it needs to be as further back as possible into the next section, okay? And then you go ahead and get your little rubber band, give it a little bit of a twist. And then just go ahead and add that rubber band on it. Again, my rubber bands have been soaking in oil, castor oil, since yesterday. And prior to the set that's already in my head, they were already soaking as well. I had to do a few of these over, and it was literally a seamless process. I was able to just swoop some of them off, and the others that I didn't want to just swoop off because maybe my hair had gotten too kinky or too dry, I just used my fingernail and pulled up a piece and broke it, and it was just fine. So that's it. That's it. And then you just go ahead and get the next section. Okay, so I have another section already parted out, and I'm going to go ahead and take this part, ensure that it is combed out. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some jam on it just so that it is put away nicely and doesn't like try to peek out side of the rubber band. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm not adding any hair sections that don't need to be a part of this. I'm gonna give it a twist. I'm gonna grab my rubber band out of the oil and go ahead and get it on there. So I know a lot of young ladies do this hairstyle. Well, not this hairstyle, but use these rubber band patterns to create different ponytail looks, and I think it's also fly, so dope, so cute. I personally just have never done it, so this was a little bit of a hassle for me. It took a lot longer than I had anticipated and expected, which is why I didn't finish it last night. Yeah, so there we go with that part. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead and use some of my little leave-in conditioner oil concoction that I have here to kind of just detangle the hair that is already out in these little ponytails. Now I want to actually be completely braidless, so I'm trying to think, do we need to braid this? Can it be done without being braided? Can we continue to loop them on? Like, what can we do? And I also encourage you to make some sort of a solution like this together if you do decide to do this rubber band installation, mostly because it has oil in it, so it is going to keep the rubber bands slick, keep them from getting dry, and keep them from breaking your hair, okay? This is an old kingdom hairstyle. They wore rubber band connectors in the old kingdom, and they even had the little gold cuffs that we use on our hair. They used those as well. There were wigs, there were hairstyles created on the statues, in the books. Fascinating, of people that look like us with their hair like this. Okay, y'all? All right, so as you can see, I have parted one small section. So what I'm gonna do is, with this small section, I'm going to incorporate these two frontward plaits, right? And I'm also going to incorporate this side plait. That's gonna give it some depth, make it a little thicker. If you can hear the dogs barking outside of my window, I should have probably closed my window, but I did not. So let's just, enjoy some of what nature and the world is giving us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and gently wrap this rubber band around, making sure not to tangle any portions or sections of hair that don't belong in this space, okay? So that's one. And then here's the rest of the hair. So this is a very thin piece, so I really don't want to give too many sections off in it. I'm thinking 2 to 3 will be just fine. Let me just go. Okay, beauty, so as you can see, with the 3 sections of hair that I had layered in the middle, I went ahead and attached all 3 sections, or created 3 sections from the front sections to attach it to. And as you can see at this point, I'm pretty much attaching the sections together that I already have sectioned off, and it's going to leave me with 3 sections that I am deciding what to do with. Do I braid? Do I plait? Do I continue to twist? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right, people, we are back, and we are all individually we are all sectioned off, okay? So the last portion I have to manage is the puffs that we have going on, and everything, it pretty much has been brought back to a puff section, a grand puff section. So let me show you. We have 1 puff section, 2 puff sections, 3, 4, and 5. And so I want to still be able to connect these so that we can crochet across it, and make sure that it's, it's given what it needs to be given, that we're not showing our hair or anything's looking a hot mess or whatever. So I have to figure out how we're going to go about doing that. Peace beauties, we are down to the last 2 installations, and I gotta say I am in love with this method. I love this hair. It still has like the lock look, but at the same time the butterfly situation going on. It's really not tight at all. I can lift it and move it, and it really is giving the individual illusion. Like it really truly honestly is. Let me give y'all a look at the back. How we looking back there? I haven't seen it fully yet. I've been using my hands to kind of figure out, you know, what needs to be done. I still have 2 that need to be added here in the front, so I figured I would let you all come along for that scenario. This was 6 packs of hair, or this is 6 packs of hair rather. And it's very lightweight, and one of the things that I'm so happy that I did, because this is so closely knitted to my scalp, seeing as there's no braid, it's just the rubber band is cleansed the hair in the way that I did. There is not an itch that I feel anywhere in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm so grateful about that, because this is literally on my scalp. Okay, so you know it's terrible when you have that itch situation going on from your hair, and then especially if it's tight on top of that. So one of the benefits of being able to do my own hair, or you know, being able to do your own hair, because you can do this too, this was very simple, is being able to make your bands and your braids as tight or as loose as they need to be, as well as cleaning your hair, even though you could always clean your hair and take it to the salon as well. But yeah, I mean, I am in love with this look. Again, because this is so thick, I'm not looping it the original way that you loop the crochets. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the end through, and then once I pull the end through, I am going to scrunch it up around the roots, and then you see I'm scooching it around the root, and then pushing the hair up a little bit just to give it a little more lock look as opposed to knot look. Okay, yeah, so I'm extremely happy with this installation. This is probably going to be my new method. It really depends on how the week pans out, like if rubber bands start to pop, or you know, if it's too tight or too heavy, or if it doesn't sleep well. After a while you start to realize those things. So I am going to pay attention. Definitely feel free to ask me any questions that you may have for me down in the comment section below. I am super psyched about this look, y'all. This was much easier than it's much harder than it looks, but it's much easier than basically what we're used to, you know? So yeah, if you want to try this look, I definitely suggest it. Not this look, but this installation method. I think it'll work with any crochet look that you are anticipating to try, and let me know how that goes. Also, people, follow me on Instagram at hair, HAIR.yeah, YEA. And I actually went live for the very first time on there today to do my makeup, which I'm not really good at makeup, but you know. I went live just to see what it's like. I think I already said that earlier. So yeah, I'm super excited about this look. How y'all love it? These need to loosen up a little bit. Again, I do have my little elixir right here that definitely helps to get everything moist. And Talia Wajid, this is a very moist leave-in conditioner as is. It's so moist and so wonderful for the hair that I actually just added some water, some oil, and it's still doing the job that it was originally assigned to do. And it's also just giving me that additional comfort and relief after getting my hair twisted. Okay, so I love this look, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and top it off with some Nairobi just to finesse the end, the final result. The sun just did like a grand shine across my bedroom. I don't know if you all noticed that. It felt amazing. Nice little bit of sunlight and heat hit the room. It is, I believe it's 70 degrees outside in New York City today, which is much cooler than it has been, but it is still very, very, very humid. So I'm not happy about that. But now that my hair is all twisted up, that's fine. That's not a real concern of mine, right? We can deal with the humidity. We can enjoy the humidity. Yes, look at this look, y'all. This is a vibe. This is supposed to be 14 inches of hair. It is more or less, of course, once you know, factor or unfactor in the twining. So I will say that this side looks much more natural than this side does. I'm gonna have to like go in and tighten up the actual crocheting that I did do, and scooching up the hair just to add to the look so that it gives more of a natural individual as opposed to a crochet, because this is looking a little bit crochet-esque on this side. But I'm loving this look, y'all. All right, I want to thank you all for watching. I know that this video is probably much longer than necessary at this point. Yeah. Be sure to like, leave your comments below if you have any for me. Subscribe to the channel. I look forward to talking to each and every last one of you. Do not forget to clean your hair. You can thank me for that little remedy, definitely by subscribing to the channel and leaving a comment. You can go ahead and bless us with some black hearts in the comment section, okay? Go ahead and bless us with some black hearts, or you can do brown hearts, whichever, you know, just drop a heart. Just drop some hearts down in the comment section for me, all right, y'all? Peace.